Greetings and welcome back to Kay's Table, episode 5.0, as we are entering the next leg of our journey at Swamptown. As a quick refresher, if you're enjoying the show, please feel free to like and subscribe. And anyone want to do a recap of last week?
I did the last one, 20 of your guys' turn now. Didn't I?
No.
I did.
Okay.
Go for it.
No, I did it last time.
And nominate Sky.
You did it
No.
the time before.
No, I did it last time.
No, he did it. Because none of us spoke up to do
I'm
it.
not doing it because I did it already the past 2 weeks.
Okay. So we left the Elven City. Each of you had acquired a new mount, one of which almost got eaten. You guys needed a bit more assistance getting down the river, so Garok brought over a couple of his friends and another raft to carry everybody. You had an interesting altercation with some ghosts and anaconda and alligators and a few other creatures of the swamp. And as you're coming to the end of...
This isn't the D4 I'm looking for.
Huh.
The one I'm looking for is with my green
The green
spec
set.
set.
Oh, okay.
And as you approach Swamptown, Garok has the rafts pull over and stops them. We have reached the city. I shall ask you to stay here quiet. Queen, let me know what's going on. I shall go check, make sure everything's safe. Okay? Alright, then he jumps in the water and swims off.
Does he swim like an actual frog?
Oh, he's gone before you can really get a chance to even really tell.
So yes.
Spooky. They swim fast. They can nab you while you're in the water.
Yep.
This is why you don't go in the
So,
water.
I have given you guys a map of the town.
You know that now.
And it was also added to the slideshow. And what do you guys want to do? It's right before like dinner time.
How much time do we have?
You don't know when he'll be back.
I'm gonna pull out my bow and commune with it. See if I can...
Okay, so you're gonna just sit and meditate with your bow.
Yeah.
Alright. Fee, what are you doing?
Guess I can speak with people. Mental link, remember?
Yeah.
Roll a wisdom.
I thought you were saying that to me and I was
No,
Oh,
that
you
was-
haven't told me what you're doing yet.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Trying to remember the question
God,
I had
these
for the
Skeksies
sword a
hate
few days ago.
Alright. Sam, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk around the town, get a layout
We're
of
not
the
allowed
environment.
in the town
Did you
yet.
hear what I said?
Oh no!
a few moments
Oh
before?
no! Sorry, I missed. I thought we were already there. My bad.
No.
So yeah, I'm just
We're
going
outside
to.
the town
I'm going to read my
right
book then. Mounted Combat.
Outside
Okay.
just walks in.
For as long as we have.
You have about 4 to 5 hours uninterrupted before he comes back.
How does he know that and I don't?
Because he's doing a simple action of sitting down and reading a book. Okay, you guys don't know how long he's going to be gone. Okay, but if he's just sitting there reading a book and not doing anything else, which I'm guessing he's going to be doing for a few hours if he can get away with it, then I'm just telling him how many hours. It makes it easier. Just like with your bow, next I was going to go through how many hours you want to commune with it until you either get interrupted with him coming back or likewise.
Okay.
I have plans for everything.
Okay. I wasn't doubting that.
There's usually a reason why I do something. Alright. So it was a intelligence check per hour.
Yep. And I have 4 or 5 hours.
You have 4 hours.
Okay. All right, I'll just do that.
Okay, and what do you want to do, Fee?
Could I commune with my sword?
Okay. And do you know what questions you want to ask it?
Did you get 3 questions?
Yours is a lot more specified than hers.
For now.
So at 6, okay, you get a vision once again, that flash of memory of someone using the bow and shooting 3 arrows at once. All of which that seem to go off in different directions and then home right in on the target.
Figure that out one day, I swear.
It's gonna whoever pops up, I was gonna ask, do they know like any sort of secrets about this?
A
Not secret.
male gelph appears.
Mhm.
Seems elderly. The sword has many secrets that can take many lifetimes to unravel.
Okay.
And many of its previous followers have unlocked things that no other followers before or since have unlocked.
That way I could see them.
You would have to search through the memories of the collective in order to find those. And find the ones that actually were able to do it. That's 2 questions.
How would I find the collector?
You must give yourself over to the sword and become one with it. And as a part of the collective, you'll be able to view the collective.
Thinking. But that's just metagame.
How many successes? 1?
Not a good start to the
So-
rolling for the session, but
In 4 hours, you learn what would normally take about an hour to learn. Okay.
It's a slow day. It's your ADHD.
Lots of bugs. It's
Yeah.
humid. It's a different area than you're used to.
It's hard to focus.
Okay, you're also nervous because who knows if this frog is going to be coming back as a friend or foe.
true.
Funny.
Yeah, too bad you didn't tell me what you're rolling for,
Yeah, I know.
so you can't use it.
I was gonna try to communicate with the sword again to kind of unlock what she has, where she can talk to the previous owners.
Okay, so you're going to commune for another hour?
Yeah.
Alright, what are you doing for the next hour?
Oh, I don't get to roll.
I have 16 hours of study left for the poison book. So I'm gonna study more on the poisons.
Alright, so you have 3 hours of study. What's the DC on it?
The number that I had to roll above was a 14.
Okay.
So,
So you have 3 hours that you can study.
what am I adding? Intelligence?
It's your intelligence rolls. Straight intelligence. So roll for your commune.
So wisdom.
Yeah.
17.
And what are you focusing on while you commune with it?
I am.
9, 11, 11.
You just can't quite seem to get a grasp of what these herbs are and how they work for poisoning.
I keep getting distracted by Punk in the corner.
By punk, giant insects, weird sounds coming from the town that sound almost like machinery, random screams.
That's not concerning at all.
I'm focusing on like the previous owners of the bow. Kind of trying to draw them out so I can talk to them.
Alright, as you focus on the previous owners of the bow, you start to see a myriad of faces, characters, and creatures. It looks to be at least 500 plus different previous owners of this bow.
Lovely.
And all but one of them are definitely Skeksies.
That one. What is it?
It's a shadowed figure that seems to be behind all the rest of them that you can't quite get any detail on. At that roll.
Interesting. Do any of them look, other than the shadowy figured one, do any of them look out of place?
All of them would look out of place to you because you're not used to seeing Skeksies at all. And each of them are dressed differently. Some are in plate armor, some are in leather armor, some are in robes and cloth. One of them appears to be wearing nothing more than belts and buckles.
Okay. I don't judge.
And another one just seems to be wrapped in bandages.
Again, I don't judge.
So that's your next hour. So you have 2 hours left.
I'm gonna try focusing
It's
on...
dark now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try focusing on that shadowy figure.
Alright. Roll a wisdom check.
Eight plus my 2. 10. No.
You can't even find them in the collage of creatures
So
at this
close
point.
to 20, come on.
Alright, you got 1 hour left.
Try one more time. If only I could add my intelligence instead of wisdom. So at least I have a +3. 12.
12?
12.
You can catch a glimpse of the shadow,
Damn it.
and as soon as you're trying to go near it, it seems to just kind of wisp away outside of your reach.
Can I call out to it?
You can, but there's no response.
Then I'm gonna pull away and just wait for the for Garok to come back. What was the DC for that? In order to, was it like above 20?
To actually, like, communicate with that shadow?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a 22.
So I would need to roll a nat 20.
Yep.
Damn.
That was the only way you were going to communicate with it.
One day.
Very possible. It's just like when you're a cleric and you have that slight chance of an act of God happening.
Slight chance.
Yeah, you just roll a D100, and if you roll 100, or I think it's like a 95 or above, then an act of God happens.
How much forgot to show up? What if you roll like a nat 100? Does he just appear in front of you?
It's very possible for the god to actually appear in physical form before you to assist you with a single
Bad if they were
service.
like just bathing and all of a sudden they just appear in front of you and they're like, excuse me.
Oh no, it's something you actually have to do a ritual and everything else for.
Ah, okay.
It could still happen.
It still could happen though.
Yes, it could.
Which would be funny.
Alright,
Excuse me.
so it's late night at this point. Okay? Neither one of you are having too much luck studying your book. It's just uncomfortable, hot, sticky, sweaty. Okay? The bugs just seem to crawl into places, and moisture seems to get into places that it shouldn't. You just feel kind of gross and nasty. Kind of like being outside today. So apparently it'll be worse tomorrow. So as it's getting into late night, the other two frogs that are with you start to get a little bit nervous. Okay. They were very cautious during the day, and anytime anyone came by, they would very quickly just usher them on and kind of hide you guys in the process, just to be on the safe side. So when Garuk reappears, he just jumps right out of the water and lands right on the dock, basically surprising everybody. So he ends up having a couple spear points at him before they realize that it's his friend. And as he appears, Garuk return. Not safe. Over at Dry Tuft, there orc and goblins looking for princess and bird and goat. Oh, not too safe, but Mr. Rabbitton agreed he will keep you guys safe for at least a few days, so that you can figure out where you go from here or what you want to do from here. We wait a couple more hours and then we sneak in through gate directly to his private dock and warehouse. We let you in their stable for your pets. I'll be okay. Just stay away from Dry Tuft. They're looking for you. And there's already wanted posters up. And he shows you one that he took back with him.
Oh god, how bad do we look?
There's no actual, like, painted description. It's just a verbal description. Okay, a roughly 5 foot tall, pale, elven looking female. Okay, a Skeksies with bright plumage.
I don't have bright plumage.
They got our physical descriptions wrong.
Okay, and a satyr. And it literally says, you know, like a fat little goat man. As well as the rewards for each of you, which is
420.
Yes, sir.
I knew I should have put this one separate. Okay, which is a reward of 5,000 gold for the return of Zasmine alive, 1,500 gold if she's dead, and an additional 500 gold for the heads of the satyr and the Skeksies. And the reasoning for it was due to crimes against Duke Sarathine Semia the Seventh, and ruining the upcoming wedding of Zasmine Semnia and Kangro Taurine.
They even got our descriptions wrong.
Huh?
7th? I thought.
Oh, sorry, the 12th.
Yeah.
The 12th. I'm sorry. I'm
So
tired and I'm wicked sore still.
The son was Sarathine the 13th.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry. I'm tired and I'm still wicked sore from yesterday. Had to help change a tire and I don't get up and down like I used to.
The car tried to kill us twice.
Yep. It's bad when the car decides to roll off the jack.
Oh.
Twice. Destroyed a jack.
Damn.
It was entertaining.
I could see that to some degree.
So, do you guys want to do anything for the next 2.5 to 3 hours before you make your
I'm
way?
gonna try one last time to commune with this bow.
Can I assist her with that? I have a +5 to my wisdom.
You want to try and guide her into a meditative
Yes.
focus?
I'm gonna try to
I will take it.
just whisper.
Do you want to join in on the
Your
circle
ear.
too?
Like on the
And
other
make
side
it,
of the
It's night, right? So I can't really read. There's
Yeah.
not enough light. Okay, then I'll help with them.
Okay, then each of you can commune with your own weapons at advantage. And I'll let you add a +3 total for it.
My weapon's not special. I'm just helping them.
Try.
Really?
Add my wisdom saving throw and then the 3.
16?
16.
Okay.
So add the 3
Yeah.
with my saving throw.
Yep. Oh, it's not a saving throw, it's your wisdom modifier check.
Wait, so we get a +3 plus our wisdom? Oh,
No.
18.
What'd you roll?
+3 plus my wisdom?
26.
7.
26?
18.
Okay, we're going to start with you. 7. As you're communing with it, the green spear point begins to glow, and you can feel its warmth. And you feel the energy of the earth around you and the plant life around you as you feel refreshed. And you realize that the spear point actually has the ability to draw off of the natural living around you to heal you.
Oh, cool.
And
Not
the two
sorry.
of you also feel slightly refreshed. If you've taken any damage, heal D4.
I haven't, but can I just put it there? That's temporary.
No, it's
Oh.
not temporary hit points.
Okay.
For that, you'd have to use your aid ability from your sword.
You forgot you had that, didn't you?
And you've never used it since.
A second wind, right?
No, read your sword.
So 18
Okay.
in total for me.
18. With her help and the guidance of the meditation, and then the soothing, healing essence coming from the earth or the very swamp around you, you find that you're able to connect further with it. Okay? And you watch as one of the young Skeksies, it looks like a fledgling, using this bow, only in their hands it's a short bow.
Oh, it's tight. Oh, I can change the size of this thing.
It's not even a long bow. And you watch as he swipes his hand across the handle as he sweeps it back, and 3 arrows appear.
Oh, that's how it's done.
As his hands, as a couple droplets of blood drip from his hand onto the bowstrings.
So it takes a couple of hit points to do. I'm gonna thank
And then
the
you
bow.
also hear the voice of the child. The pain is only temporary. For we can get back from our enemies that which was taken from us. And then it cuts out.
I'm gonna thank the bow. And thank the Skeksies inside of it, I guess. And I'm gonna jot that down in my own little journal.
Okay.
And then write down what he said with a question mark after it.
Then I would write it down to remind yourself for later. But that's just my personal opinion. Notes can come in handy.
The psychic damage stuns my opponent.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff you're just realizing about your weapon, huh? So yes, with focus on your staff, you can create an aura of healing that does D4 healing per round.
Sweet.
It's the Uru connection.
What did that little Skeksis say again?
The pain is only temporary, for that which is lost may be retaken from the fallen.
It's a 10-minute song to cast aid. 20-minute ritual. 20-minute song under this community be able to communicate questions. So, you didn't tell me that the wielder, upon rest, must save versus wisdom 10, or
Yep.
dream of the life of a previous owner.
I've been giving you the dreams
Okay.
and rolling for you.
Are I supposed to do that?
You can from now on, okay? But honestly, it comes down to a lot of it, and no offense, trying to remember a daily routine of what you're supposed to roll for, you guys aren't very good at. Okay, so that's why I've been doing it in the background, because it's there, but it's not something that you're necessarily right away aware of. So you got a 27?
She got
26.
26?
Yeah, close enough.
You might
Okay.
need that.
Well,
So what's your first question? Or do you want me to just go with what I think a 27 should be?
sure.
Okay.
Watch the ghosts turn against me and suck me into the sword.
I'm just gonna look at you and be like, oh fuck.
Just see me getting sucked into the sword.
Oh fuck.
A gelfling in shining armor appears before you, wearing a crown of silver. Okay. And it seems completely unaware of your presence as it rushes by you and you watch it run into a battlefield. You see it doing sweeping strikes much like it was doing for you. But at times the sword would grow to twice its length while he's swinging it.
So you can shrink and grow your weapon too.
Okay? You also see, as he gets surrounded, that he sings a small song, and as he lifts the sword up, he grasps onto its handle and pulls out a spiritual version of the sword
Dual wield.
and starts dual wielding the blade.
That's fucking awesome,
That's
dude.
awesome. Okay.
And then you come back to consciousness.
So I'm guessing.
And the last words you hear are, "Trust in the memories of those who came before, for we are here to assist."
Why do I get the ability to talk to people?
Yours is not quite as
Talkative.
a social version as hers. Whoever wields her sword when they die all of their memories and their soul are taken into the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yours carries the blood of the Skeksies.
Okay.
So when you die, it'll take the last of your life essence. Not
My
necessarily
juice.
your soul.
Yeah. It's for the comment earlier.
And that's the difference. Okay, just like with his weapon, it may not have the memories of all the past in it, but it is a direct connection to the earth energy.
I got the first half, but what's the last half? I said, trust in the memories of those who existed before, and then that.
For we are here to assist. Okay. And anything else? As you guys come out of your meditative focus after 2 hours of focusing on all this, and you kind of look around and you see that the frogmen have draped a tarp over the majority of the raft, you guys included. And as you start looking around, they push off and start going towards the town. As you go towards the town, you can see that it's surrounded by, it looks like a wall of stone and mud surrounds the village. It's about 15 foot high and about 3 foot thick. The few people that you do see walking around in the evening are mostly frogmen, but you also see some lizard men, a few goblins, and a few other fishmen, and some other people, other random creatures. But for the most part, it's frog and lizard men. Overall, the people appear relatively poor but content. You don't hear much fighting or anything else. What you heard as screams earlier, you realize as you come up closer, is the fact that one of these buildings has a water wheel attached to it. And occasionally you're hearing the screech of metal against metal as they adjust it. Okay. Below the water, even in the dark, with the torchlight barely flickering off of it, you can see that there's an abundance of life below here. Fish, other frogs, not frogmen necessarily.
Just
okay. While you're watching, you swear you see a fish person swim underneath you. Like it's no big deal. Okay. And then as you come up to the gate, it doesn't even have a closable gate. It's just a gated off section between two tufts of ground where the wall comes up. And you do see that there is a guard, a single guard on top of the gate, watching everything with a spear in its hand and a crossbow. As you go through the gate, you go to the right to a dock where the rafts land. Okay? And you're very cautiously and quickly brought right into the warehouse that's there. It looks like about half the warehouse has been recently cleaned out and cleared. And they lead you right in there, where you guys sit for the next 2 hours.
What time is it roughly?
Right now, we're at about 4 a.m.
So it's like 4 in the morning. Lovely. So we're probably all a little tired.
After this 2 hour section.
Yeah.
Okay. During the 2 hours, you guys can't do like anything. You're just sitting there wondering what's going to be happening next. And Garok just tells you, we wait. Mr. Robiton will come. So, just as the outside is beginning to get slightly light, the door to the back of the warehouse opens. And I have to... Oh. And in walks a richly appointed frog wearing a top hat and a fine suit. Comes in, looks around at all of you.
Greetings. I welcome you to Rabbiton Estates. We shall have you moved over to my private house shortly. I apologize for making you wait. I have received the word from the Queen. Apparently your grandmother.
Yeah.
Yes, we would be happy to assist and help you not be found.
Appreciated.
It's not a problem. Honestly, we not like Foxfield.
We don't like Foxfield that
They
much.
overcharge for fur. And I don't think they send us best stuff. Even though they say. And they tax us way too much. Not your fault, I don't think.
But I can't control what happens.
You don't do the work for the Duke, right?
Oh.
No, your daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess knowing him is you meant to look pretty and then sell off.
That didn't work.
I heard. Touring asshole. He come here every so often. He not nice.
I don't wish to die.
Don't blame you. But please follow me. And he leads you out through the back door. Okay. Across a very simple courtyard to what looks to be a relatively finely made, but nothing grand or special about it, large house. An estate manor. He brings you around, brings the animals over to a small doorway that's just big enough for your skunk to fit through. Okay? And leads them down a ramp into stables that are underneath the building. Because mind you, all these buildings are 15 to 20 feet up off the ground on stilts.
It's a swamp town.
Yeah. Apparently they have a stable underneath the main building.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. If you guys want to inspect it, you can see that there is actually firm-ish ground underneath that they're able to walk around on, small fenced-in areas, and there's a couple other creatures down there, including a couple salamanders, giant salamanders.
Cute.
Yeah. Then they lead you into the house. The house is comfortable and warm, and you're greeted as soon as you open that door with the smell of cooked pancakes, breakfast meats, eggs, as this 1.5 foot tall little frog comes up to you and starts chirping at you, excited, holding up a small tray covered with little snacks.
I'll take a snack.
Pick one up.
Sorry.
Oh, I forgot to name him. Anyone want to name the little chirper?
Frogsley.
No.
I was gonna pick Charles, but
Carmichael?
By the count of 5, decide on a name, and it will become his name.
Charles? Anybody like Charles?
We give an opinion. What's your opinion, Sam?
I was gonna say Croaksley.
I like Croaksley.
Croaksley Ribbiton?
Yeah.
That word.
Young son, who is now officially Croaksley.
Perfect.
You could have been
Except-
Crowley.
No,
No.
Croaksley sounds
That might be
better.
more fitting for another character you might be meeting. Who looks like he just got his legs, comes up to you holding up a tray full of little pastries.
Take one, pop it in my mouth.
Okay.
Oh no.
You don't look at it first, right?
No.
Okay. You pop it in your mouth. It's delicious.
It has bird on it, doesn't it?
It's really, really good.
Has frog on it. The frog people.
Fair point. Not gonna judge.
Do you guys take a look at them?
Yeah.
I just eat them.
I look.
You just eat one? Extremely good.
Cool.
Not gonna question it.
Nope.
You're actually going to look at it?
I'd rather check what I'm eating before I just pop it in my mouth.
Okay.
So,
You can see it's about a 1-inch bug that looks like it's been, like the back of it split open from being cooked, surrounded by this odd black moss with another ring of this other moss around it. Okay, all cooked into a small pastry.
That actually sounds not that bad. I'm gonna grab
Not
it
bad.
and pop it in my mouth.
I'm gonna eat it.
Well, you have to realize I'm a goat
Yeah.
man. This is delicacy as far as I'm concerned.
You can eat a can for all we
The
know.
insect has like a nutty flavor. So it has kind of that a weird mix between like sausage and walnut. The moss itself, the outer ring of it,
Good.
that's kind of a grayish color, is really sweet.
almost candy-like. And the black moss has kind of an almost licorice flavor to it that, you know, on its own would probably be really, really nasty, but mixed with the rest of it kind of just gives it an odd aftertaste. That's not bad. It's just different.
These are really good.
I make self.
They're really good.
Mommy and I cook for everyone.
Oh.
Breakfast be ready in about half hour.
Okay.
And then everybody starts showing up to bring it to workers. So I was told to bring you over to guest house. And he hops over and leads you over to a side room that has you wouldn't be able to tell it's any different from the rest of the house, except for the fact that once you step through, it's appointed differently. The furniture that you've seen all throughout the house is very simple, sturdy. It's beautiful.
Stuff that will last
but
a while.
It's definitely designed to last for a while. You go in here and everything's much fancier. Everything's finely carved and adorned with different types of adornment, paints, different colors. There's some fine artwork on the walls in the den. And it's a beautiful sitting area. Okay. One of the doors to the sitting area leads into the kitchen area where you came in, like the service entrance. And the front door leads to another area that they tell you, no, we just leave that. And you can see it's barred from the inside, your side of it. No, that goes to the front door. We leave that closed. This place only for guests. Mommy cleaned it last night. And you see that there are 4 bedchambers. Each richly appointed, each with their own separate wash basin. And there is a private bath.
It's fancier than the
With running
mansion
water.
back home. It's fancier than the mansion back home.
And it's not magically running water like you saw at some of the places at the Elven Kingdom. You know, where you touch it and all of a sudden water appears, which is very magical. Oh no, you can hear it running through the pipes from below and moving all over the place.
Cool.
If you want hot water, it's on request, and you gotta let us know an hour beforehand. Anything else I can bring you before we bring you breakfast?
Can I actually request hot water for after breakfast?
We're really busy with breakfast and lunch. After lunch, maybe we can do it, but until then, we have to have everything going for the cooking.
That's fine. I understand.
We cook for all of the factory.
I understand.
Have you ever tried direwolf jerky?
No. Is it good?
Yeah. I take out. It's a pretty big piece. Either way, so I
For
just hand
him.
it to him. No, either way, it would be like that.
He
For a normal sized, like, bullfrog.
puts the tray down on a small table, starts munching on it. It's like sticking out of his mouth because it's too big for him to fully eat in one hunk. And they don't have much for teeth.
He's just gumming it.
Yep.
But
Not good. Pretty good.
really
Okay,
big.
I go back to Mummy now.
It might be a bit tough, I'm sorry.
And he goes,
No.
he grabs the tray, and you still see it bouncing off the side of his mouth as he goes off. Okay, so you are now in a nicely appointed sitting room.
I'm gonna take a seat on the softest bench I see.
There's about 4 nice, comfortable couches, and what looks to be 3 large sitting chairs.
I'm gonna go over to one of the large sitting chairs and just
It's
Breaks.
quite comfortable. Okay, and even though it's oversized by the look of everything in the room, you're just barely fitting it in.
I'm a large creature in a place where there's smallish creatures. They don't have anything my size here.
Creature's almost half your size.
Not even.
All right, so after about another half hour of waiting, okay, the little boy comes back with a cart, like a little dining cart that you usually see. And on there is a collection of pancakes, waffles, syrups, fruit medleys, creams, juices, fried meats, fried potatoes and other vegetables that you can't recognize. I mean, it's a full, nice breakfast buffet. All still piping warm and fresh. Sorry, nothing special, just the same stuff we make for everybody else. But here's your breakfast, help yourself. I gotta go back to work. And he leaves the whole cart. As you're looking at it, this looks to be enough to feed like a good 6 or 7 people your size.
Damn.
So what?
I'm just gonna start piling pancakes, waffles, meats, fruit onto a plate and scarfing it down.
Okay. So anything else you guys want to do?
No.
Okay. They leave you alone until about noontime. You guys are starting to get really tired because you haven't slept in 2 days.
We're not allowed to explore, so I can't go out.
It might not be a good idea to go out, but nobody's stopping you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out. I'm gonna go scrub myself in the bathroom. I don't need hot water.
You don't think you've ever had a hot bath?
So you're used to the cold water.
Yeah. No. I don't think she'd know what to do with hot water.
Okay,
She'd
so you're
burn
taking a
herself.
bath. Anything that you want to do for any type of preparation and stuff this morning, or are you just going to get some actual sleep or
I'm
anything?
just gonna go to sleep after breakfast. My thought was I'd just go to bed until there's a reason not to.
Okay.
We have someone from England.
Hi, England viewer. Nice to see you. So basically all of you are just lounging out.
Yeah.
So, are you actually going to try and get some sleep, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm gonna pass out after
We
lunch.
haven't slept in like 2 days. We should probably all just go to sleep after we eat.
I'm sorry, England. No, I don't do moderators for people unless they've been in for a while and communicated for quite a while. So, yeah, so you guys eat breakfast, you crash out, you're crashing out in the den, or you go into one of the bedrooms?
So go in the bedrooms.
Okay. So, anyone interrupting him for sleeping? How long do you plan on sleeping?
Until someone wakes me.
Okay.
So you're trying to get
After your bath, what are you
I'm
doing?
just
I'm
sleeping
gonna
while
go
I
take
can.
like an hour nap.
So you're gonna go take a nap, okay, and what are you doing? These two, she goes down for a nap
She's
after
done with the
breakfast.
bath, right?
She finishes a bath and she goes to take a sleep.
And it's after lunch?
No, it's
Before?
at this point, I'd say it's probably a little bit before lunch.
I'm gonna go to the big bath and scrub myself clean.
Okay, and you guys gonna get some rest afterwards too, or are you staying
I'm
up?
gonna wait for lunch and then I'll rest.
Okay, so the two of you sleep right through lunch. He comes back and it's all sandwich making. There's about 4 loaves of like actual full loaves of like Italian bread kind of loaves. Okay, along with a selection of sliced meats, vegetables, and a few different mixes. What looks to be like almost like a chicken salad, but you're pretty sure it's not chicken.
Probably frog.
Or
Or fish.
Yeah, a lot of it has kind of a fishy smell. Okay, so, and then you take a nap?
Yeah, I'll eat and then I'll take a nap.
Alright, then we're at the 45-minute mark. I'm going to say break time a little bit early today again, because this is just a good spot to take it. So we're going to do a quick cigarette break and such. We'll be back in a few moments with the next section. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to like, subscribe, etc. And we'll be back shortly.